this is possibly the last game on the Marshes. It's been a happy hunting ground for us.
I think, because as opposed to obviously the cage, we feel this is much more conducive in terms of fans, the fan experience, which is obviously very important to playing at home, really, especially in this sort of league. And when we've got sort of 100 people or so that can turn up, it makes a big difference. And it's grass as well, and obviously we know our idea want to play on grass. Yes, 3Gs are great, flat surfaces, but bread and butter is grass pitches. So again, we're just happy to play on a pitch that now we can we regularly know that we're playing on, and get a result.
So dreadful weather in the first half, but adapted it to it quite well. Looking like game management was really good. We went 2-0 up quite quickly. We had them on the back foot. How do you feel the first half went?
For the last few weeks, I've been, as I said, in terms of obviously the critique in terms of the players, I think we've not played enough football. Yes, we've done a few sort of passages of play which have worked and have been effective, which is also good, but I felt we're sort of underselling ourselves in terms of playing football. So I thought we played some really good stuff in the first half. One of our best first half performances, really. Again, could have been 3 or 4, just to put the game out of sight. But yeah, we played well. Fim, Jimmy, our defenders were getting in. Noah was a thorn in their side all game. Fred, as always, is going to be in, and Lewis as well. So we set up that sort of way to sort of play on the front foot, play high intensity, and it worked. And I felt we could have buried the game earlier on, but Gymkhana's a good team. You have to give credit to them. They stuck in there, kept it at 2-0, and knew they were going to get a spell at some point. So that's where we needed to manage the game and get to half time with a clean sheet, which is one of the sort of the targets I gave to the team before kickoff.
I think from one of those points as well is like one of the things that he said at the start of the game is that we need to try and manage the game, like the parts of the game where we're on top and we've got the 2 goals. So that's one of the things that it's a tick. And then the front 3. Like Noah in particular, though he didn't score, he was immense today. His hold up play, he's bringing people into the game was it was fantastic. And I said to the guys as well, from my point of view, I want to see them play, like in the midfield. I want to see them play, express themselves, and they did that today. So one of the things that from the beginning of the season that I've said is that I want to see this team move on with the youngsters that we do have, because they are at a level where they shouldn't be playing here. They shouldn't really be playing at this level, but they've stayed here, and it's a credit to Clapton that these young players that are this good, they want to play here. So it was really good, really enjoyable today.
And there was a real sense of like a midfield engine room with you, Jimmy, and Finn.
He's come. I mean, like from the start of the season, they've already said that he's a good player, and you can see it coming through. There's times when people said, "Oh, maybe," but now he's just gone through and he's shooting through. And I was like, just looking around, and think, so just take a back seat. He was just in everywhere, and then just laying off the bricks, and we're just playing football. It was just nice to watch. And then, like Geoff said, is they're going to come on top at some point. As much as we play really well, there's going to be a time where they're going to be on top, and we have to manage that time. They went, a goal, and then we came back. Yeah, which was good from the team.
Before we get on to that, we should talk about the 2 goals that we did score. The first one from Fred needs no explanation from me. But the second goal, I mean, the second goal was a beautiful goal.
I mean, we've been encouraging Lewis to make that back post, like Fred does consistently, because that's the next part of his game, isn't it? When you're a wide player, wide forward in this day and age, it's all about numbers, stats and assists, goals and assists. So Lewis, with his ability, should be getting much more than he is. So it's great that he got another goal and assist today. He's finding his form again, and it's a great ball from Noah running in, and it's a shame, I don't know if someone got it on camera, but it's a great team move, and it's something we've been doing since pre-season. So when it comes in a match and a big game like this, it's great to see. Absolutely great to see.
And that's another thing, is that Fred, it's like we can bypass him because he's so good. He's doing this week in, week out, but he's a magnificent player. He's coming through, he's going to score. Just step back. I know he's going to score, and he's scored so many goals that sometimes we don't give him as much credit as we should, but he's fantastic.
I totally understand that.
No bias.
Beginning of the second half, they clearly were fired up. Jack had
Yeah.
already made a save
Yeah.
to his right, and then they get the goal.
Yeah,
and
sloppy
it's
start from us.
2-1.
Again, we knew that the wave was going to come, so it's a sloppy start from us. But where we have improved this season is that we don't panic. You know, before another goal might have gone in 2-2, a game in jeopardy. You know, a lack of sort of coordination, but we didn't panic. We rode the wave again, and then was able to get the third, which is obviously the clincher.
Yeah.
And that's very important. That's why I think we've won so many games this season that we don't panic no more. The team are so confident that we realise, you know, we will get our chance again in the game. And also we've got, you know, subs that have come on that can change the game as well. So our depth is stronger this season.
Yeah. Okay. Final sort of question or observation is like, hopefully this is our last game at the Marshes. I started off saying we've been playing really well, but we do have a fundraiser going on for the changing rooms as well, and we have a deadline to meet. So,
of course,
what's the feeling within the team about that?
Yeah, I mean, we've tried to obviously help in terms of social media, sharing it as much as we can, donating where we can as well. And obviously it's great that, you know, if we can get ourselves across the line, how much it will mean for the club in terms of obviously take-ins and just stuff that once the money is going back into the club, that we can help the community even more. So obviously first and foremost, obviously we need to get to the deadline. So if anyone is free on some of the clear up days, by all means come volunteer, help out, you know, it'll be much appreciated. And again, if you can share or donate or even share, you know, the fundraiser, you know, it'd be great to get us across the line, because again, it's all for the community. As much as football is our sort of our focal point, we're a community club, and we want to help as much as we can. And it starts by getting back into the dog. So if you can help, you know, it'd be much appreciated.
Just on that point as well, I think the team has taken on that ethos, because when we first started, it was, you know, players, you know, mixture of players coming together, and now they are a team. That thing about not panicking has come from that community side. It's just filtered through the team as well. We are together, and that filters through in the game, and hopefully to the wider community when we get back to the dog as well.